Hello guys, how are you today? Today we are going to work in the Smarty book. So please open your Smarty book on page number 48. Open your Smarty book on page number 48. What are we going to do here? We're going to listen an audio, please. But first of all, let me tell you something. Label the pictures, please. We are going to label the pictures, okay? For example, look, for example, this is a forest, right? Forest. What about this? Mountains. These are the mountains. The river. Okay, you have to do this, okay? We're going to listen the audio, okay? Listen and look at the pictures, please.
Track 25. Listen and sing. The balloon is over the mountain.
The balloon is over the mountain, the mountain, the mountain. The balloon is over the mountain. Look, what can you see? I can see the mountain, the mountain, the mountain. I can see the mountain, that's what I can see. The balloon is over the river, the river, the river. The balloon is over the river. Look, what can you see? I can see the river, the river, the river. I can see the river, that's what I can see. The balloon is over the forest, the forest, the forest. The balloon is over the forest. Look, what can you see? I can see the forest, the forest, the forest. I can see the forest, that's what I can see. The balloon is over the ocean, the ocean, the ocean. The balloon is over the ocean. Look, what can you see? I can see the ocean, the ocean, the ocean. I can see the ocean, that's what I can see. The balloon is over the desert, the desert, the desert. The balloon is over the desert. Look, what can you see? I can see the desert, the desert, the desert. I can see the desert, that's what I can see. The balloon is over the valley, the valley, the valley. The balloon is over the valley. Look, what can you see? I can see the valley, the valley, the valley. I can see the valley, that's what I can see. Now it's time to fly home, fly home, fly home. Now it's time to fly home, fly back home.
Okay. We saw the mountain, river, forest, the ocean, the valley. What about the desert? You have to make the picture of the desert, okay? So you have to take your pencil. Maybe you're going to make a cactus, right? Maybe. Okay, maybe that. I think you have to make a picture of the sun. The sun in the desert, right? Maybe, I don't know what else. I don't know what else. Maybe another cactus in here. Maybe another cactus there. Okay, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe a snake in here. A dangerous snake in here, right? This is my desert. You have to color this picture, okay? When you finish this, please, let's go. You have to color the pictures, okay? Let's go to the next page. Here we are. You have to listen again, an audio, and please, you have to number the pictures. Let me change my tool, okay? Listen to the audio, please, and you have to number the pictures, okay? Look at the pictures too, okay? Ready to do this? Okay, let's go.
Track 26. Listen and number.
Where do some people live?
They live in the mountains.
Write number 1.
Okay, where do some people live? Where do some people live? They live in the mountains. So we're going to write number 1. Okay, listen.
Where do some people live?
They live near the river.
Write number 2.
Where do some people live? They live near the river. Near the river. So write the number 2. I think this is a number 2. Don't you think that? Listen.
Where do some people live?
They live in the city.
Write number 3.
Okay, where do some people live? They live in the city. They live in the city. Number 3. Listen.
Where do some people live?
They live in the forest.
Write number 4.
Okay, where do some people live? They live in the forest. Number 4. Number 4. Okay, the next one, listen.
Where do some people live?
They live at the beach.
Write number 5.
Okay, where do some people live? Where do some people live? They live at the beach. So this is a number 5. Listen.
Where do some people live?
They live in the desert.
Write number 6.
Okay, where do some people live? They live in the desert. So we're going to write here number 6. Okay. Now let's see the activity D. Make picture cards. We already did your flashcards. So you have to practice. Look at the question. Where do some people live? ¿Dónde viven las personas? ¿Dónde vive la gente? Algunas personas. Where do some people live? They live at the beach. They live at the beach. They live in the desert. They live in the valley, near the river. They live in the mountains. They live in the city. They live in the forest. Okay, you have to practice with your flashcards. Okay, let me tell you something. Page number 48 and 49 are for the first class. Las páginas 48 y 49 son para la clase 1. Okay, for the next class, for class number 2, we have to print a worksheet from the platform. Vamos a imprimir una hoja de trabajo que está en la plataforma escolar. Okay, let me stop sharing this because I'm going to share the worksheet. This worksheet, we're going to use this worksheet for class number 2. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, look and write sentences. Okay, imagine we're going to ask. Vamos a preguntar. ¿Sí? Pero primero me gustaría que practicáramos un poco. Okay, let's practice with your flashcards. Okay, we are going to we're going to practice with your flashcards, okay? Okay, we have those flashcards, you know them. Okay, let's practice with the flashcards. Where do some people live? Look at the picture. They live at the beach. Where do some people live? They live in the city. Where do some people live? They live near the river. Where do some people live? They live in the mountains. With this question, we are going to use this question to make some sentences in your worksheet, okay? Let me share you this, okay? You're going to write your name in here and you're going to answer to this question, okay? The question is, okay, where do some people live? Where do some people live? Okay, where do some people live? Okay, it's your turn to make some sentences. Look, they live near the river. For example, they, I'm not going to use they live near the river. The river, okay? Where do some people live? They live in the mountains. Okay? For example, you have to think about it, okay? Where do some people live? Look, they live at the beach. Near the beach, okay? For example, and this is the ocean. People doesn't live in the ocean, so they don't live in the ocean. They don't live in the ocean. People, they don't live in the ocean. La gente no vive en el océano, just the animals, okay? So, look, they live in the desert. They live at the beach. They live in the forest, okay? It's your turn to finish this activity, okay? When you finish these activities, you finish the activities of the week. Don't forget to paste this in your notebook, okay? No se te olvide pegar esta hoja a tu cuaderno, okay? So, see you in the next class, guys. Have a nice day.